In this short video, I'm going to walk you through the steps to use Quizlet, a great online resource for learners to learn, practice, and assess on key concepts or vocabulary. So we're going to enter Quizlet right here, and then we're going to you're going to click on sign up. I'm going to click on login because I already have an account. It integrates with Google, so it makes all your Google apps for education or GAF school districts really happy because it makes it very easy to use with Google. So you just click the sign in, choose your account that you want to use, and then you're in. And right over here, you're going to see some options over here. You're going to see your skin by default. It's going to go to your latest activity. You're going to be able to browse diagrams here, so different ways or different Quizlets that already exist that you can actually search and tap into. And then you can actually find your own study sets down here. So these are two that I've actually already created. All right. When you are ready to actually create a Quizlet, you're going to go over here and you're going to click on Create. And this is where you're going to create a new study set. So you're going to title it, so Demo Set. Okay. And then here is where you're going to put your terms. You can also import a Word, Excel, or Google Doc here. You can also change the share settings right here and the edit settings as well, just like you would in a Google Doc. So you can change it from visible to only classes, people with passwords, and just me, and then editable by the classes, people with password, or just you. And then you click save when you've made those changes. You can also upload an image right here that's going to be related to your set. And then here you're going to enter in your terms and the definitions in it. And so I'm going to put in, let's say, algebra. And then over here, if I click right here, this is auto-define. It'll actually look up the term for me, and then it will provide the definitions that I need. So I will choose that one. Graph, let's see what they come up with here. Graph, I'll use writing. Okay, and then linear. I can also use an image. I can search theirs, or I can upload my own. So I like that image there. And then also you can add your own voice to actually saying the words or the definitions. So great use for our English learners as well. And once you have your class set or your study set already, you're going to click here on Create. And then this page is going to come up. So you can either share it straight through the link. You can share it on Google Classroom, or you can share on Remind 101. And then also you can actually assign it to a class. And at the end of this video, I will go over how to actually add it to a class. And how to create a class. So once you have that all set up, you're going to exit out of here. And then these are the different ways that learners can actually interact with the vocabulary and the concepts that you identified on that study set. So Learn it's a basic kind of pre-assessment where learners are given either the definition or the image or the audio track that you've provided. So they'll take a quick assessment and it'll tell them immediately, give them immediate feedback on whether they got it right or wrong. Flashcards are your basic kind of flashcard concept. So it'll give the definition on one side. You click here to flip, and it'll give you the term. You cycle through them by clicking down here. So it's just a techie way to do the old flashcard system. You can practice writing your words, so it'll give you the definition, and then you practice actually spelling the word, not only identifying the word, but also spelling it correctly, because if you don't spell it correctly, it's not going to recognize the answer. The next one is spelling, where you'll hear it actually say
Algebra.
The word gives you the definition, and then you can spell it here. And if I'll leave a spell.
Algebra. A-L-G-E-B-R-A.
And then
Algebra.
I'll highlight the word, and I'll have you, and then a spelling, and I'll have you actually
Linear.
spell it again. So I'll tell you
Graph.
she's correct. All right. And then there is a test function as well. If you're signed in, it'll tell you how far you've gone and how much you've finished. And then these are a couple of games that you can actually play. The live function is, as it says right here, it'll actually come up once you have 6 terms to start with. All right. And then the last piece that I'm going to show you is actually how to create a class. So I'm going to click right here. Oops, wrong one. I need to click here on Quizlet. I'm going to go down here, and right here on the left where it says your classes, I'm going to click on create a class. I'm going to name it demo class. You can give a description to it. You can, if you have it checked right here, you are going to let other members add sets and new members to this list. Normally, or to this class, normally you're going to leave that unchecked. But a great actually way for learners to use this to actually create, as opposed to just consume the knowledge, is actually have them create Quizlets as a study tool. And then they can actually also share these and assign these Quizlets to members of their class. So this would be one time that you want to leave this checked. If your school is right here, you've already identified it, you're going to make sure that that's checked so you're aligned to the right school, and then you're going to hit create, and then your class comes right here, and then you can assign a study set that you've actually made for them. So I'm going to check these two, and I'm going to exit out. And now the folks in this class have these assigned to them. And then, like any other, very similar to Google Classroom, you can share the link to the class. So that's how learners can sign in. But you can also add members to it by clicking here, and you can actually add your learners directly into here. Sorry, by hitting this part right here. You can type in their email addresses. But be very careful when using this function, because if you're a Google Apps for Education district, any learners that are under the age of 13 can't receive emails outside of the network. That's a Google setting. So this is actually outside the network, so they wouldn't receive the invites that come through their emails from Quizlet. So you would actually, for any kid 12 or 12 years of age or below, you would actually have to give them the link to sign in, or you could also send the links directly through Google Classroom, and that one would actually work. All right, thank you very much. Hope you actually spend a lot of time using Quizlet in your learning environment, but also put the power of Quizlet and creating Quizlets into the hands of your learners, as they can actually create a lot of these study sets that you can then utilize in the future with your other learners. Thank you very much.